deep into the heart of the South Seas, there lay a hidden, mysterious island known only as Canary. Legends whispered of a curse that had befallen the island, turning its once peaceful inhabitants into treacherous, deadly sirens. Their ethereal beauty masked their true nature, as they lured unsuspecting sailors to their doom with their enchanting songs. Jack Anderson, a daring adventurer with a penchant for danger, had heard tales of the deadly sirens and decided to set sail to Canary. He was driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to uncover the truth behind the legends that shrouded the island. As Jack's ship approached the mist-shrouded shores of Canary, a sense of foreboding gripped his heart. The once vibrant tropical paradise seemed desolate and eerie. The air was heavy with silence, broken only by the distant sound of crashing waves. Determined to find the sirens and lift the curse, Jack ventured deep into the heart of the island. The dense foliage concealed treacherous pitfalls and hidden dangers, but he pressed on, fearless in his pursuit. Suddenly, a haunting melody pierced the stillness. It was the sweet, alluring voice of a siren. Jack's heart skipped a beat as he followed the sound, hoping it would lead him to the answers he sought. The melody grew louder, echoing through the ancient trees. Jack's steps quickened, his excitement mingling with a growing sense of apprehension. He knew that encountering a siren meant certain death, but he couldn't resist the temptation. Pushing through a thicket of thorns, Jack stumbled upon a clearing bathed in ethereal moonlight. In its center stood 3 sirens, their beauty surpassing anything he had ever witnessed. Their long, flowing hair shimmered like liquid silver, and their eyes glistened with an otherworldly glow. However, Jack's determination overpowered their enchantment. He stood tall, his gaze unwavering as he prepared to confront the deadly beauties before him. After all, he believed that knowledge was worth any risk. Who dares disturb our sacred island? One siren hissed, her voice a seductive harmony that sent shivers down Jack's spine. "I am Jack Anderson, and I have come seeking the truth," he replied, his voice steady despite the allure of the siren's presence. The sirens circled him, their intoxicating perfume filling the air. "Truth is a dangerous game, mortal," another siren said, her voice dripping with both danger and intrigue. "Are you willing to pay the price?" Jack hesitated for a moment, his mind wrestling with the consequences of his decision. But his thirst for knowledge won out in the end, as it always did. "Yes," he finally answered. "I will do whatever it takes to uncover the secrets of Canary." The third siren, her eyes sparkling with something akin to amusement, spoke. "Very well, Jack Anderson. If you wish to learn the truth, you must prove your worthiness." She produced a golden key from the folds of her gown and held it out to Jack. "This key will grant you access to the gates of truth," she said. "But be warned, unlocking that door may unleash horrors from which few can escape." With his hand trembling slightly, Jack reached out and took the key. It felt heavy and cold against his palm, almost as if it were pulsing with the very essence of the island's curse. The sirens watched him intently, their haunting melodies filling the night as Jack made his way toward the towering gates that guarded the island's secrets. As he approached, the air grew heavy with an indescribable energy, crackling with anticipation. Inserting the key into the lock, Jack turned it with a quiet click. The gates creaked open slowly, revealing a dimly lit passage that seemed to stretch into the bowels of the earth. It was a treacherous path, filled with unknown terrors, but Jack steeled himself for what lay ahead. Step by cautious step, he descended into the depths of the island. The walls of the passage were adorned with sinister carvings, depicting horrific scenes of agony and despair. Jack's heart raced, but he refused to let fear guide his actions. Suddenly, a piercing scream echoed through the tunnel, jolting Jack from his thoughts. It was a siren's voice, filled with agony and despair. Determined to rescue the cursed creatures, he quickened his pace, his footsteps reverberating through the stone corridor. As Jack rounded a corner, he stumbled upon a horrific sight. The once beautiful sirens were now trapped in a web of thorny vines, their piercing cries echoing off the cavern walls. It was clear that the curse had taken a toll on them, transforming them into grotesque creatures. Without hesitation, Jack drew his knife and began to hack away at the vines, freeing the sirens one by one. The thorns tore at his flesh, leaving trails of blood in their wake, but he pressed on, his determination unyielding. At last, the last siren was freed, her once lustrous hair matted and dulled. She looked at Jack with tear-filled eyes, gratitude washing over her features. It was a fleeting moment of solace before a bone-chilling howl echoed through the chamber. The vile creature responsible for the curse revealed itself a monstrous sea witch, twisted and deformed. Her eyes glowed with an unholy rage as she faced Jack, her voice dripping with venom. "You dare interfere, mortal? You will suffer for your insolence." Jack's heart raced as he prepared to face the sea witch. He knew that the battle would be fierce, but he was determined to protect the sirens and rid the island of the curse once and for all. The sea witch lunged at Jack, her claws slashing through the air. He dodged her attack with a grace born of desperation, his knife slicing through her hideous flesh. The beast howled in pain, her fury fueling her relentless assault. Jack fought with all his might, his body aching from wounds inflicted by the sea witch's deadly talons. Every strike he landed was met with equal ferocity, but he refused to give in to despair. As the battle raged on, a siren stepped forward, her voice harmonizing with the cries of battle. Her song infused Jack with a renewed vigor, his exhaustion melting away. With a final surge of strength, he plunged his knife into the sea witch's heart, ending her reign of terror. The sea witch let out a final, gurgling breath before crumbling to dust, her curse forever shattered. Jack fell to his knees, panting heavily, his wounded body trembling with a combination of exhaustion and relief. The sirens gathered around him, their voices blending into a triumphant melody. They placed their hands on Jack's wounds, their touch radiating with a healing energy that mended his torn flesh. The last remaining siren, her voice filled with gratitude, spoke. "Thank you, Jack Anderson. Your courage and selflessness have freed us from this curse and restored our rightful place as guardians of the South Seas." Jack smiled, the weight of his journey lifted from his shoulders. "It was an honor to help you," he replied. "But the truth remains elusive. Why did this curse befall your people in the first place?" The siren's expression grew somber as she recounted the ancient tale. "Long ago, our ancestors made a pact with a powerful sea deity. In exchange for their eternal beauty, they were tasked with protecting the seas and its creatures. But as time passed, greed and corruption seeped into their hearts, leading to the curse that now haunts us." "So, will the curse return?" Jack asked, his curiosity still burning. The siren nodded sadly. "Without the presence of pure-hearted protectors like yourself, the curse may resurface one day. But we will do our best to keep it at bay and ensure that the South Seas remain safe." With a heavy heart, Jack bid farewell to the sirens of Canary, knowing that his time on the island had come to an end. He had risked everything for the truth, and though it remained elusive, he had brought hope to a cursed land. As he sailed away from the South Seas, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the ocean. Jack couldn't help but feel a sense of bittersweet satisfaction, knowing that he had made a difference in the lives of the sirens and the fate of the island. Back in his hometown, whispers of his heroic deeds spread like wildfire. Jack became a legend, a name whispered among eager ears in seedy taverns. But no accolades or fame could compare to the sense of fulfillment that bloomed within his heart. Time passed, and Jack found himself drawn back to the sea, his yearning for adventure insatiable. He embarked on new journeys, faced new adversaries, and forged new alliances. But the Sirens of Canary and their tragic tale remained etched in his memory, a reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface. Years later, as an old man, Jack found himself standing on the deck of his ship, the salty breeze tugging at his graying hair. The sea called to him once more, its siren song beckoning him to embark on one final adventure. With a nostalgic smile, Jack raised his spyglass to the horizon. His eyes gleamed with a glimmer of mischief as he set a new course, ready to face whatever horrors lay ahead. After all, he was Jack Anderson, adventurer extraordinaire. As his ship disappeared into the vast expanse of the ocean, a solitary siren watched from afar, her eyes filled with both admiration and melancholy. She knew that Jack's spirit would forever be entwined with the restless sea, a reminder that there was magic and danger in the world yet to be discovered. And so, the legend of Jack Anderson lived on, passed down from generation to generation, inspiring future adventurers with tales of his bravery and unwavering determination. The Sirens of Canary became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the delicate balance between beauty and darkness. In the heart of the South Seas, the deadly beauties continued their sacred duty, protecting the ocean and all who sailed upon it. Their songs echoed through the misty air, a haunting melody that served as a warning to those who dared disturb the peace of the sea. And as for Jack Anderson, his restless spirit found solace in the eternal dance between life and death, adventure and danger. He became a mere whisper in the winds, a figure of inspiration for those who longed to explore the unknown. For even in death, Jack's story lived on, forever etched in the annals of time as an embodiment of human courage and the unyielding spirit of exploration. So, the South Seas continued to hold their secrets, their depths teeming with untold wonders and perilous mysteries. And somewhere amidst the crashing waves and the salty mist, the legends of sirens and daring adventurers whispered through the ages, reminding us all that sometimes the most treacherous paths lead to the greatest discoveries. The end? Oops, I seem to have made an error by skipping 2 paragraphs. Let's fix that. So, the South Seas continued to hold their secrets, their depths teeming with untold wonders and perilous mysteries. And somewhere amidst the crashing waves and the salty mist, the legends of sirens and daring adventurers whispered through the ages, reminding us all that sometimes the most treacherous paths lead to the greatest discoveries. And for those brave enough to seek out the forgotten corners of the world, the South Seas would always be ready to weave its magic, to test their resolve, and to ignite the spark of adventure that burned deep within them. The end?